We've got Thatcher versus Benson and a whole lot of highlights, so let's stop with the chit-chat and get it on. After dismissing the Bobcats offense on a 3-and-out to open the game, Thatcher's Bretton Dodge received the ensuing punt at his own 15-yard line. Dodge bobbed and weaved his way around the right side, dispatched a would-be tackler, and followed a block from Riley Morris to bust it around the right side, and he could go all the way 85 yards for the game's opening score. On the Bobcats' next possession, it didn't get any better as running back Shane DeZonia runs into Cole Motes, and whoop! The ball pops out to lineman Quentin Mack, who's gonna be tackled by quarterback Jace Burkett and lineman Ty Moncada. But Mack laterals it at the last second to Trace Goodman, who tiptoes the sideline 32 yards to pay dirt, and Thatcher was up 14-0 before its offense even touched the ball. That was a good thing for Thatcher because when the offense initially took the field, it lost a fumble on its first play. When they got the ball back, the Eagles were called for holding on their second play, and on the third, a well-placed helmet popped the ball out of Jack Cortson's hands, but Sam Nicholas was there to retain possession. The drive would stall just outside the red zone on 4th and 3 when Cortson's pass was intercepted by Burkett, who returned it 49 yards down the sideline until he fumbled, but Chad Paquette recovered for the Bobcats. Later in the second quarter on 4th and 5 from their own 21-yard line, Benson made a gutsy call, and Carson Barney faked the punt, and he ran around the right side and leapt for the first down. But the dreaded yellow hanky came out, and Benson was penalized for an illegal substitution and were forced to punt while backed up deep in its own territory. The punt gave Thatcher excellent field possession, and its offense began to click as Cortson found his big tight end Spencer Stevens on a nice 17-yard pickup. 2 plays later, Trevin Clark finished the drive as he went around the left side, and nobody even touched him as he went 20 yards for the touchdown to put Thatcher up 21-0. It looked like Benson would finally get its offense clicking as Burkett hit Dondre Villalobos on a nice 45-yard catch. But again, their big play was called back for a penalty, this time for holding. Thatcher ended up forcing a punt, and pressure from Ben Shumway stifled the kick, and the punter was then eaten up by Riley Morris, and Thatcher would enjoy a short field once again. 3 plays later, Cortson danced his way 9 yards into the end zone. The extra point was no good, but Thatcher was up 27-0. With time running out in the first half, most teams would have been satisfied with a 27-point lead. Not Thatcher. The Eagles used their timeouts to stop the clock in between plays and again forced the Bobcats to punt after a fumbled reverse attempt on 3rd down. This time the punt was blocked by Shumway and taken down to the 12-yard line by Seth Lunt with just 33.5 seconds left in the half. Thatcher would only need 21.5. 2 big runs by Morris, and the Eagles had their 5th touchdown of the game as they went into halftime up 34-0. Johnson Motors is proud to sponsor our local high school athletes. If you're in the game for a new ride, trust Johnson Motors for a great deal on a quality new or used vehicle. Shop our virtual showroom and then stop on by for a test drive. That's Johnson Motors in Safford. Thatcher took their opening drive of the second half down the field, and on 4th down and 6 from the 16, Cortson hit Motes in the back of the end zone to put the Eagles up 41-0. After forcing another punt, Thatcher was driving when Cortson hit Goodman, and he could go all the way 50 yards for the TD. All right, we're going to have a running clock now, but oh, wait a minute. That darn yellow hanky struck again, and the play was called back for holding. 3 more flags later, and the Eagles faced 4th down and elected to punt. In the 4th quarter, Benson started to move the ball as Burkett found Dante Harris for the first down, but Harris paid for it by taking a solid hit from Goodman. 2 plays later, Barney had the biggest offensive play of the night for Benson as he went 42 yards down to the 12-yard line. Benson then avoided the shutout as Barney raced to the corner for the 4-yard score. The extra point attempt appeared to be blocked by Mack, and the Eagles led comfortably 41-6. Thatcher wasn't done, however, and Dodge took this screen pass, and they are gonna catch him, but not until he goes 43 yards down to the 5-yard line. Dodge then finished the drive as he dispatched a tackle attempt, doink, and went in from the 5 for the last score of the night, as Thatcher dismantled the Benson Bobcats 48-6.
We just try to run them over, do everything like that. And we know if our line can just dominate them from start to finish, then they're going to quit. And that's all there is to it.
Take me through that fumble recovery and lateral that you did earlier in the first quarter.
So in practice, sometimes we'll mess around doing that stuff. And, Cole Motes ripped it out, and it was in there, so it was just mine for the taking. Their quarterback, I think, got my leg, so I saw our corner and just handed it to him. I don't know. It was just all in the moment.
It's a glorious thing when a lineman gets a chance to run the ball. Even more glorious when he gives it up to his teammate for a touchdown.
Sir.
Anything else you want to say about tonight's game?
Good effort by our team as a whole.
Halfway through the season, you guys are undefeated. It seems like you're going the right way again.
Well, we're 5-0, but we still feel like we can get better. And that's our mentality is keep working hard, trying to eliminate some of the mistakes that we've made. We put the ball on the ground twice within the first 5 plays. We had a penalty, and those are things that's what I'm saying. We need to clean some things up, and if we can keep getting better, I think we'll be a force to be reckoned with. But we understand that if we don't get better, we can also get beat. So.
Now, on paper, a lot of people probably circled next week's game as a must-see versus Santa Cruz. They lost tonight against Morenci. Is there luster off of this matchup now? Are you guys going to be able to stay up for this rematch of the championship game?
No, we don't overlook anybody. Whoever's next on our schedule, we try to put our best game out there, and we tell our kids we're not worried about who's on the other side. We're worried about how we play. We have a philosophy that on any given Friday, we're going to try to play football better than the other team on that particular Friday. And so next week at Santa Cruz, or we're going to try to play better football than they do. So it's as simple as that.
Reporting from Thatcher for the Gila Herald, I'm John Johnson.